Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and you are looking at an M12, the American Tier 7 SPG, and this is the south spawn of Fisherman's Bay. Now, this M12 is actually being commanded by Burntbear, and he's a member of What Arty Noobs and has been seen before in replays, and battles commenced. Now, as I've mentioned before, the M12 was actually designed or built and intended to be used to knock down German emplacements, but it became known as the door knocker to knock down those heavy structures. But it was used in direct fire against enemy tanks, and it's actually built on an M3 chassis with a 155mm gun on board, and they actually had to have a support vessel or support vehicle carrying all the ammunition and some of the crew because it just wasn't big enough to carry all the rounds. Okay, now Burntbear's looking for his first victim, and it's a Thunderbolt, and it's gone out of sight, but Burntbear's firing a round in anyway just in case he got a lucky shot. Okay, he's relocating just in case the enemy was looking in this particular area when he fired that first round. It's a very wise precaution on this particular map. Now you can see there's an enemy tank has gone off into the town, but I think it's a T-67. But it's a bit difficult to shoot into the town with all the tall buildings, obstructed fire. But what he's actually now paying attention to is a Crusader and an LTG, which are over on the west side of the map. And they come a long way south. That Crusader's a difficult tank to fire at because it's a relatively fast-moving medium. It's fast enough, and the problem is it's over a ridgeline, and shooting down on a ridgeline like that, trying to hit a narrow target when he's that way on, makes it very, very, very difficult to aim. As you can see, he only has to adjust the aim slightly, and the shell would actually go much further past the Crusader. So it's a very difficult aim indeed, and now it's gone unsighted, but he's fired a round in and it went too long. Okay, it's overshot. Presume if the Crusader's near that rock, and you have to presume yes, he is still near the rock. Yep, so that was a good theory. Now Burntbear's going to give it another try. He's nicely dialed in now. It's good. His aim steady. As soon as he's loaded he can shoot. Rounds out. Direct hit, kills it, 302 hit points, good shot. That was nice. Okay, he's got an OI experimental on the west side of the map, grid square D3. Side on, they're big juicy boxes full of hit points for you to take. And he's almost dialed in. It's moving backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. That's a sign of an agitated heavy driver. Rounds out. And there's no explosion, so he definitely hit it. Definitely hit it. And the fact that he hit it side on means he probably did a lot of damage to it. Okay, he's having a quick look in the town. There's still a lot of obstructed tanks there. Very difficult to fire at them. The shell will probably hit the buildings. But he saw a Thunderbolt there for a brief second. I wonder if we'll see it again. No, he's decided to go after that KV-1. Okay, he shoots around in. It overshoots. So the KV-1 gets away with it that time. Okay, he's having another look at this rock area. Unfortunately, that IKV is much more difficult to target to shoot at now that Crusader wreck's in the way. In fact, next to impossible, because the shell's more than likely going to hit the Crusader than hit the IKV. So we're hoping that KV-1S will be able to do something about that IKV. Or maybe the IKV will make a mistake, come around the corner and overcommit. Yes, Burntbear's giving it some attention, but ooh, an OI's turned up. Now he can probably hit that because it's tall enough for him to do it, and he fires around and he gets a good strike. 258 hit points off that one. It's much taller, so the round will go over the top of the wreck of the Crusader and right into the side of the OI, and it did. So that was a neat shot, and it was good that he was paying attention to that. Otherwise, if he'd gone back to one of the ones in the town, he would have missed on that opportunity. Okay, you can see a KV-1 right at the end of that street. It's poking its head out. He's fired around in. Oh, lovely kill. 88 hit points. Perfect. Taking it out the game. Okay, he's relocating. Wise decision. Make sure that the enemy can't send one his way. Of course, the enemy has got an S51 as well as an FV304. So it's probably a wise decision because they are pretty good at taking out enemy Arty. Okay, a Thunderbolt sitting there at the side of that house and he's stationary. That's a big mistake. Burntbear's letting the aim dial in. He's fully dilated and yes! Perfect hit. I say dilated. It's not dilated. It's dialed in. Dilated would be large. But anyway, he gets the good shot. Okay, that's the OI he hit earlier, and look at it, it's missing a huge amount of its hit points. So I reckon his strike earlier absolutely must have hit home. He fires another round and he kills it! 246 hit points. That was a great shot, that. So that's taken out another major asset. Okay, we've got a Leopard. He's right next door to that boat. Now, if Burntbear was to fire in the round right now, there's a good chance he might actually hit the boat rather than... I'm not sure he'd sink it, but the Leopard's been taken out, so I don't think he needs to sink the boat or sink the Leopard. Okay, what have we got now? We've got a T-67, we've got both Artys, and we've got that OI that was seen on the west side of the map, the one he hit earlier. And the problem is we can't see the OI, but we can guess where he is. He's probably where Burntbear's indicating. He's probably moved down to try and get closer to the cap. And the easiest way for him to do that would be close to this house or that windmill, because that's where he can get good observation of the enemy cap without actually exposing himself too much. Of course, he's worried that he's going to get hit by Arty. He's a very, very big, juicy hitbox. As I said, before, it's OIs and OI experimentals. They're big, they're lumbering, they're slow, and they make easy targets for Arty. Okay, we can see him, and he is by the house, so Burntbear was right. He lets the aim dial in nicely, perfect. And it went in, definitely hit the target. So he has got some hit points. Ah, yes, he's been spotted again, and yes, he's missing some hit points, yeah, and he's got stunned. And the Hummel's hit him, so Burntbear's got stun assist now, 281. And he's dialing in, but the OI is taken out by the Cromwell before they can do anything more. Right, now, Burntbear needs to move back a bit, just in case enemy Arty's paying attention. Enemy FV304 has last been seen in grid square B9, but I doubt he's there anymore. Looks like the Cromwell and the 1375 are heading up in that direction to have a look for him. Now, has my eyes deceived me, or did the S51 suddenly disappear? The S51 has gone. It has been killed. I suspect it was killed by the 1375. In which case, whilst the action was going on regards the OI, they managed to get the S51. So all we've got now left as the enemy is a T-67, the FV304, and another tank, and they've been spotted. They're actually in the town, the south part of the town. Okay, what was the other tank that we're missing? Oh, it's a Panzer T25. Okay, we can't see that at the moment, but the Burt's been taken out. The T67's hiding behind that rock. It's a very difficult shot. Burntbear won't be able to hit it. No, he's just impacted on the side of that cliff face. Ah, the Panzer T25's been spotted. There he is. Grid square D7. Now, Burntbear's indicating his target. And the Hummel's indicating it too. They're both going after the same target. The Hummel hits. Round goes out. And he kills it! 221 hit points. Good, clean kill. And, of course, the Hummel will pick up the stun assist because he stunned the target just before Burntbear took it out. So that's a nice kill, that is. So that just leaves the T-67, which, as we know, is behind this rock, hiding from everyone. There he is, in the town. He's in a virtually impossible position to get. So basically, I think the only thing they can do is either jump on top of him. You know, somebody's going to have to dive off the cliff and land on top of him to actually wipe him out. Because it's virtually impossible to get a shell in there. But Burntbear's trying to get a good angle, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to find one that works. Even if he was to go into the little hole underneath the bridge, I think he'd have difficulty from shooting from there. Yeah, that T-67 is hiding on the cliff edge underneath the edge of the harbour. It's the sort of like the opposite of the under the bridge spot that most of the Arty go to on this map. There's that little spot here that that tank destroyers on the enemy team or any other tank, small tank, can actually go and hide so they can't be taken out. Now the Cromwell's looking, but he can't see him. Okay, Burntbear's tried to round him, but he's just hit the water. I think the Cromwell's decided, no, I'm going to go in and take him out now. Burntbear can't get a good angle from here, and if he was to go up close, it would be an impossible shot. He'd have to actually land on top of him to actually kill him. Yeah, I think Burntbear's decided that he's going to move up closer, but not sure it's going to help. There's 3 minutes 50 on the clock, so if they're going to cap, they're going to need to cap soon. And that would be the safe option, because it's just the Cromwell and the two Arty. If they leave that position though, if the Cromwell goes away, the T-67 will probably try to make his way back up again if he can and interrupt the cap. So the Hummel's gone to the cap right now, so he'll start the cap, and then if Burntbear joins him, they can cap out. Oh no! Oh dear. Oh, he wasn't watching where he was going. Oh god, this is embarrassing. Well, they're capping, and they have got enough time to cap, so that's not a problem. 3 minutes left on the clock. It's on 1 minute 30 seconds to complete. So it looks like the Hummel is going to get an invader medal. Burntbear's going to have to sit this one out for the rest of the game. But at least he won't lose anything more unless the Cromwell moves away from that position, which I don't think he will. Oh dear. Well, it happens to all of us at one time or other. We take a corner incorrectly, we go over a piece of rubble and we turn over. And sometimes it's very, very embarrassing, especially if you're the last person alive on a team and you've just effectively offered the enemy a Kolobanov. Oh! Now what happened there? The Hummel managed to get an angle on the T-67 and shot him. Well done, Hummel. That was good. I didn't realise you could actually get a good angle on that T-67 from the other end of the map. So that's preferable to capping out. Pity though he didn't try to cap out and take the shot just at the last second, so that he got the invader medal as well as killing the last enemy tank. But he's being nice to everyone by ending the battle quickly. Okay, it was a third-class tanker for Burntbear. He got a bruiser medal for causing at least 5 module damages or critical hits, crew incapacitations. He got a fighter medal because he actually got 4 kills. And on top of that, he got the High Calibre. So obviously he was doing a lot more damage than most other people could believe. And if we have a look at the team score, yes, it's 2,229 hit points of damage, 4 kills, and he managed to get 775 base experience points. And his embarrassment was saved from being extended until they capped out. Okay, he fired 14 rounds, 8 direct hits, 8 penetrations, 1 splash, 2,229 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He hit 6 enemy tanks, killed 4. He did stun damage of 281 hit points and got 5 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 34,587 credits, and after deduction for ammunition, he took away 18,907 credits. he received 1,163 experience points, times 2 for first victory of the day, and he walks away with 2,326 experience points in total. So nice battle there, Burntbear. Good high caliber. Better driving next time, I hope. Watch out for those rubbles. The M12 is a bit of a pig when you're steering it, I know from experience. But I haven't turned one over yet. But I suspect I probably will in the future anyway. So nicely done. If you enjoyed this replay, please do give it a like and do subscribe to our channel. It really helps us. And hopefully I will see you in the next replay.